In the last video I set off to get through New Marton locks before they temporarily closed for repair works, but 45-mile-an-hour gusts had me clinging on for dear life trying to fill up with water, only to find the tap didn't even work. After crosswinds, chaos and a boat that had other ideas, I admitted defeat and reversed back into the shelter of the trees, absolutely knackered. So today I'm attempting round 2, hopefully with the weather in a slightly better mood. So good morning, it's now day 2 of trying to attempt to get water at this water point because the wind's subsided, although it's rained non-stop all night. It's been mental. I'm so glad I'm not on the rivers because most of them are in flood at the moment. But I'm just coming now to check that the water tap is working before I decide to go through all the rigmarole of moving my boat up. Yeah, that's fine. So finally, with a working water point and no gale force winds, I cruise up to fill the tank, getting everything sorted before Gabby arrived. She texted to say she was on her way, which was a lovely surprise as she wasn't even meant to be visiting this weekend. But I wasn't complaining because it meant I'd have help getting down the top lock, the one that's notoriously stiff and about to be closed for repairs. What a difference, eh, having no wind. Okay, that sort of all happened so quickly. Just walking Bonnie to meet Gabs. There was a boat coming through. So we stayed and helped them do the lock, and it is a toughie, I've got to say. And I'm not sure why it is. I think it might be even the bottom gates leaking so bad that it's not equalising. So we've just left that open now so that we can go down. And then once we're down through that lock, you can sort of relax a little bit because I know that I'm past the stoppage, which is the main thing. I mean, it's reopening again in a month. It's just, I want to be at this bottom end for a bit. There's lots I want to do down here. And I've been up this top end since Christmas. New views, it's a little bit exciting, bit of an adventure, isn't it? So finally, this is the lock that's closing for urgent repairs, and we have to keep reminding ourselves that this whole canal system is over 200 years old, which is pretty incredible when you think about it. And most lock gates are only designed to last around 20 to 25 years before they need replacing. With the constant use, water pressure and weathering, it's no surprise they need ongoing maintenance really. And when you think about it, it's a miracle at all it all still works as well as it does. So we're in the lock. The gate's shut really easy this way. It's when you're trying to open it that's the nightmare. But all is good. You can just see here how bad it is, this gate. It's a right gusher. So that's how Gabby gets to the boat. She loves the walking and the cycling. So sometimes she comes on the train or comes in a van and then parks as near as she can or whatever, and then gets on the bike, come and find me. But on her way today, she got a puncture. But we've just got one more lock to do now, and then we're going to moor up at the bottom of the locks. Yeah, 'cause it's just miserable. It's all about those little wins. Canals may look flat, but they're constantly climbing up and down hills, and locks are just how boats take the stairs, and these two together drop us down a total of 12 feet 4 inches. You can see here just how much rain we've had over the last few days because it is very, very moist. All flooded. It's very muddy here though. you going to cheese your rope, Gabs? What do you call it?
I thought it was called a cheese roll. I read a comment the other day and somebody put, that's called cheesing the rope, and I got it mixed up with cheese roll. But it's all the same, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
So this is a cheese roll, everyone.
Here we go. It's hard to do with gloves, but perfect. Just makes it look nice. And you can move it. That's the thing. When it gets wet, you can move it. Come on, buddy. Woo! Look at you go.
Good morning. Today we're trying to get the boat to where Gabby's camper van is because she got a big punch on her bike yesterday. But there's also a pub there, so, you know, no hardship, is it? But we're both feeling really relieved to have got through those locks yesterday. We've now got past the stoppage, which is a feeling of freedom. And now I can spend the next couple of months playing about on this section of canal and even go down another canal called the Montgomery, which I'm really looking forward to. But for today, we're just going to get to Gabby's camper van and the pub.
Yeah, great timing, Ida, because it's just started raining again.
That's winter on the canals for you, Gabs. Right then, I'll get started up and we'll get going. Do you want the mermaid? Because it's wetter than a mermaid's foof today, or we're having Captain Glenn?
We're definitely going for mermaid.
Yeah, we always have the pirate, Captain Glenn, when we're a bit anxious about anything. And then when it's moist, we have the mermaid. You don't like it, do you? Do you want to go inside? She just does not like the rain.
I'll take her in.
No, you could be out in the rain for a change. It's always me out in the rain. And boy, oh boy, did it rain. Bonnie had no interest in today's adventure whatsoever. Straight inside, warm and smug, while we stayed out here convincing ourselves this was character building. Rain running down your neck, soaked through to the bone, living the bloody dream. Thing is, when we set off before, it was fine. We were playing ball on the towpath with Bonnie. Everything was good. And then as soon as we undid the ropes, this. And normally I'd just moor up and think, bugger it. But we're going to get back because Gabby's going home tomorrow. So we're going to get near her camper van so she can get home. And also, there's a pub, you know.
And I'd rather cruise in rain than walk on that muddy towpath back.
Yeah, the towpath is horrendous. Winter towpaths are nature's way of testing your balance. So Gabby has given me the tiller because we've got a boat coming up our rear and it's made you a bit anxious, hasn't it?
I don't want to slow them down, although we're going at a good speed, I think.
Yeah, we're mooring up in a minute anyway. But I've decided I'm going to book Gabby onto Helmland's course because I feel like I've taught you everything I can at this moment. You're very scared of trying to moor up, aren't you? And you don't go into locks yet.
Yeah, I've not been in locks, but I am only as good as my teacher, aren't I? So
yeah, you just need more practice at it. And it's hard because she does a little bit and then not do it for ages. I think that's the key thing, is you need to keep doing it all the time to get, you know, more confident. Just going up now to Whittington Wharf. Just find somewhere to moor now that's not too muddy.
It's very muddy.
And we can walk to this pub, okay? And you can stand, obviously. And you can actually hire boats from here, which is quite centrally located. So you can go off and do the big aqueduct, the Ponca Sulphur, you can go to Llangollen, you can go to Ellesmere, you can do the Monty. So it's a really good place if you are thinking of hiring to come here. Once we got moored up and dried off, we made our way to the Narrowboat Inn for some home-cooked food and a couple of drinks. The perfect end to a very moist day. And then first thing in the morning, Gabby set off again, leaving me and Bonnie to carry on. So whilst I'm all moored up here, I just thought I'd give you a little bit of an update on my old boat, my previous boat, the Rum Wench, because so many people have been asking. And as most of you know, I was trying to sell her, I think it was around July time last year, end of July. And I was living between the two boats, and it was all happening whilst this boat, the Jolly Roger, was out at New Concept Boats being painted and sign written. So it was a bit of a faff. I did get a couple of offers at the time, but one couldn't get the finance, the other one, the house sale fell through. So it was just, you know, one of those things. I'm trying to move around two boats and it was just all a faff. So I ended up taking it to a local boatyard, not a big marina that sells boats or anything. I took it to a local boatyard because they offered me a bit of a mooring there. Then as soon as I took it there, the canal closed due to all the water stoppages we had last year. So many canals closed. So anyway, I've got some footage because I went to check on it back in January. So I've got some footage which will explain it all a bit better and I'll drop it in here. So as most of you know, this boat and me have a lot of history together. And I kind of left her in limbo. So as most of you know, the Rum Wench was a massive part of this YouTube channel and I lived on her for about 8 years. She took me on some amazing adventures. So when I first put this boat on the market, it was a right faff. I was just getting on board the Jolly Roger. I was cruising on the river. I was trying to move about two boats, also trying to deal with viewings as well as working full time, cruising, making videos. So I ended up bringing it here to Whittington Wharf because they said to me that I could leave it here and then they would deal with the viewings for me. But I just got so busy and moving on the Jolly Roger and the canal shut. 2 days after bringing it in here, the canal shut, which wasn't good. And then obviously then when that opened around November time, I was just getting the Jolly Roger craned out of the river onto the canal. And it's just been hectic. So in my head, it was always advertise it in the spring. But I've come down today because it's winter stoppages. I've not been on board for about 5 months. So she needs a good clean. I'm going to start her up, see how she is because I haven't run her either. But with it being an air-cooled engine, I don't have to deal with water and freezing and stuff because she's used to me leaving her over winter when I used to go on my van adventures for 3 months. So let's get her ready for her next chapter and hopefully someone else will come along and have as much fun and adventures in her that I have. Another task for today is removing the last of my belongings so I can get her fully cleared and ready to go back up for sale properly. She's been asleep for a few months and most of the winter and I'm now just waking her up. And my mum as well, she's going to come give me an hand. I've lit the fire, so I just thought now I'd go and see how the engine is. I mean, she's never missed a beat, this engine. She got me across the River Mersey, thrashing her knackers off. But I just want to see if she'll start. And there she is. Tell you what, I don't miss this noise. By bringing it here to Whittington Wharf, I sort of left it a little bit in limbo because, you know, they offered me this mooring here and I've just not promoted the boat, I've just not had the time, and because the canal shut, as soon as it came here, the canal shut 2 days later, so there's no moving traffic, and then winter hit and she's sort of just been waiting here in limbo. And they did put an ad in the window, but it wasn't on social media or anything, it was just if anybody was coming to the yard. But I'm ready now to tackle her because when boats are left it's not good for them. I've lit the fire. So I'm going to launch her properly with the spring market and hopefully the Rum Wench will start a new chapter in her life and I hope somebody else has as many adventures and fun on her that I did. So that's it, we've finished, haven't we, Mum? Giving it a little bit of a going over. Titivating. Oh, I'm ready to go home now and get a rum. So since recording that footage, the rum wench is now sold. I'll tell you all about it in a minute. But let's just pour this to celebrate. And whilst I am pouring this, a huge thank you to this week's pirate crew. Thank you for everything that you do. So the rum wench is sold, Bonnie. Your first boat. Not that you're bothered, just happy there on my chair by the fire. Yep, so she's sold, and it all happened quite quick, to be honest. A few negotiations, obviously survey and more negotiations, but she's gone to start her new chapter, and I'm very thankful for the rum wench for everything she did to me. So let's cheers the rum wench, eh? Woohoo! Sweat the lips, top ones. Oh, new adventures. That's lovely, that. And obviously as well, by the time I'd sort of done the price drop in and paid the broker their percentage and paid for the moorings and all this, I've had enough left to obviously pay my mum and dad back, but also pay back the majority of my bank loan, which is a wonderful feeling, which I'm feeling great about. I've still got a loan, but it's nothing like it was. So the pressure's sort of gone a little bit. So it's all good on board the Jolly Roger at the moment. So yeah, so new beginnings, new adventures, and saying goodbye, I think. Oh, where did that come from? But yeah, it's relevant, isn't it? So anyway, I'm going to leave the video here. If you have enjoyed it, please do give us a big thumbs up. Really helps the channel. Subscribe down below if you haven't already. And before I go, just a massive, huge thank you to my lovely patrons who they've just been with me all the way on this and chatting and their message of support and all that. So yeah, thank you very much, patrons. Anyway, that's it. So please take care, stay safe, and I'll see you next week. Fair weather boater. And I spent a fortune on this bloody gyro.
Yeah, this is perfect. I cycled in this weather to get here, but because I'm cycling, we're warm.
I'm not going to use that shot.